Detroit Avenue. 5.0. Head can blow. Detroit Avenue. Loves the dreams. ICO baby. Da, 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 da. ICO baby. Ice baby. Oh man. Hey, how old is this song? Ice baby. You remember this song, huh? Good morning, John. Good morning, Nung. Hey, Nikki. Tommy. Ice baby. ICO baby. Guys, I'm just having fun. You know, just kicking it. Hey, Muhammad. Ahem. Just kicking it. Got a AMA actually in about half an hour, so I'm just having a bit of fun. It's been a busy day. So what are you guys doing out there? Somebody cop, Ralph. Yeah, they still play this in the discos, eh? Which is quite depressing. They'll play this song at the discos at like, I don't know, 3 o'clock in the morning. And the sad thing about it, I was recently at a disco at 3 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, it's all funny when you look at it back on it, don't you? Yes, do you remember the dudes, do you remember that film clip? It's funny as. So guys, I hope you're having a good day. I've been very busy today and doing other stuff, so I thought I'd shoot this live stream just to touch base with everyone and see how everyone's going. Hope you're doing your research and doing your ICOs, because that's what it's about, and you gotta flip them. So it's all about you gotta flip them, but you don't just jump into everything. You've got to carefully sort them, and then get the ones that are good, and flip them. So it is quality over quantity, but then you still have to have a certain amount of ICOs, because you won't make any money. So you gotta keep flipping them, get the ICOs and flipping them. So if you do that enough times, you're gonna see your it's not really a bank account anymore, isn't it? You'll see your digital wallet get bigger and bigger and bigger. And if you just stick to that, find research and invest in the best ones, and just keep on flipping. Pretty much it. That's it. Sounds simple, but everything in between is what can get you unstuck. Everything in between. So that's the tricky part, right? Now it's very exciting in ICO Garage, because we've got many things happening. It's slowly coming together. We've got a new team member who is going to do our evaluations for us, and she's just done our first evaluation, which I'll let you guys know what it is soon. Actually, we'll post it in the we'll have to post it in the group. And so we're basically doing what we're doing with ICO Gold Rush is we're just going to basically go. We're going to try to. This is going to take some time. We're going to try to get to a point where, we become the big fish, and it's one of the benefits. So we just continually roll out whale funds. Where the whale, we come in bulk. Everyone knows bulk buying, right? If you've ever gone to a Costco or any similar shopping store or whatever, right? Costco, everything's in bulk, so you buy in bulk, and you get a bigger discount. Obviously, they're buying in, by the container loads, so then they can pass on some of that discount. But the whole point of it is to buy. You don't just buy 4 rolls of toilet paper. You buy 50 rolls of toilet paper or 20 rolls of toilet paper, and you get, the more you buy, the bigger discount you get, right? Because it's just volume based. And this wholesale buying at wholesale, buying in bulk at wholesale is exactly what we're doing with ICO Gold Rush. So we can come in with 100, 200, 300 ether, and we can get these bigger discounts, which wouldn't have been. It's not accessible to the average bear. So that's where the advantage that we have, right? And this is the stuff that we're organizing and putting together for you guys when you join ICO Gold Rush. So it's a really big advantage. It gives you a lot of leverage, and the little guy can get the same discounts as the whales by everyone pooling their funds together, just like going to the shopping center and buying 20 or 50 rolls of toilet paper instead of just buying 1 or 2, which is at the moment is what we're seeing in ICO. So this ICO space it's starting to get, a lot of people are coming into it because there's a lot of money to be made, and everyone's just starting to realize that now. So that's pretty much it. I mean, it's going to be an evolving space. We're learning a lot, but we're certainly from the experience that we've gained in the last, I don't know, 6 months. We certainly know things that other people don't know, and this is going to make us money. All right. So what I want to talk about today is, at the moment, the whole market is red. Actually, no, it's changing. Like the last while, this wasn't like this all day, but it has. It was pretty gloomy this morning. It started to pick up a bit, but it certainly hasn't really done much in the last 2 or 3 weeks, right? Bitcoin's sort of hovering around. It's got as low as 10,000. Some people saying it's going to get as low as 8,500. But it really hasn't seen. We haven't really seen the increases that we've seen. Obviously, there's a correction. I mean, things just don't keep on going up. At some point, there has to be correction. This is what we're experiencing right now. So it's sort of been around 13,000, then it went down, then it went up again, then it went down, but it hasn't really sort of moved between 13,000 and 10,000 and sort of going up and down, up and down. So what I do is I'm just hodling all my coins and just waiting to see that, just to ride this out until until we start to see things go up again. Now, I heard some news that South Korea was not going to ban cryptocurrency. They were just going to regulate it, tax the hell out of the people. So, I mean, this is definitely have a bearing on what's happened over the last few weeks. If I can find the article. Okay, let's see this one here from Reuters. Now, this is what I heard. South Korea is to ban cryptocurrency traders from using anonymous bank accounts. Okay, so they're gonna. So basically, what they're trying to do is they're trying to regulate it. Right? They're not gonna ban cryptocurrency altogether. They're just trying to tighten it up and make sure that no one's doing any dodgy stuff, and they can basically tax the shit out of people, right? That's basically what South Korea is doing. I don't think there's going to be a ban, a complete ban, but like I said, potential ban will not affect the crypto market. I highly doubt that. They're saying, hang on a second, let's go back to here. I mean, South Korea is one of the most crypto-friendly, one of the largest volumes of cryptocurrency trading in the world. So this is just causing uncertainty in the market, and people are very nervous at the moment. Yeah, so they're all looking at at non-residents, foreigners. They're looking at a bunch of options, proposals. South Korea startups are preparing to fight the government's ICO ban. So all this sort of stuff is really stopping or causing some uncertainty in a market, and South Korea is a pretty big market. So at the moment it's sort of just this. We just saw something like $300 billion worth of cryptocurrency leave the market. And I'm not a trader, so I don't. In fact, I've still got some Bitcoin there that came through ICO Gold Rush, and I'm going to sell it. I might see, but I've sold all my other Bitcoin. I've sold all my other Bitcoin. So this Lightning Network is going to save Bitcoin. So Lightning Network is going to be like make Bitcoin fees cheaper, and it's going to speed up the network. Transaction speeds are, you've only got to look at Litecoin and where Litecoin is gone. So Bitcoin's, this is apparently they've already tested the first Bitcoin transaction through the network. But they're yet to, I guess, make it official. They've been testing it for a long time. So this could, once we see this implemented and the Lightning Network come on as a off-chain solution, then I think that the price of Bitcoin is going to go up. So we just wait till see that happens. And then, unfortunately, Bitcoin sort of like dictates where everything else. Bitcoin goes up, you notice everything else goes up, right? Alts go up. As you can see, Bitcoin here has gone up a little bit. Everything else has gone up. So Bitcoin's still the king, and it dictates what happens to the market with all these other altcoins. Because everything's pegged against Bitcoin. It's like the US dollar, right? But it's one thing too is what I found is this has got nothing to do with Bitcoin. What I'm noticing is when I wake up in the morning, I'm seeing less and less junk on my newsfeed. Now whether it's just, I don't know, whether it's just people that I've unfriended or whatever. What I'm noticing is maybe people are making this transition from well, maybe it's just me. Maybe I've just, you know, unfriended enough people so then it doesn't appear on my what do you call it? Newsfeed. So that's what I don't like. I don't like these people that are promoting this stuff, and but you know, I'm seeing less and less of it. So what we actually got is we've got a AMA. So for you guys that are in for you newbies that are in ICO Gold Rush, and you want to do a ask questions, you know, we're going to do an AMA for you guys that want to know any particular questions that you're still not sure of. So these will probably be like detailed questions that that to us, for other people that have been in ICO Gold Rush for a lot longer, will know these answers, but obviously at some point in time we didn't know these answers. We didn't know how to do these things. So that's what the AMA is for. It's to help the new people who are just starting off, that might have technical issues or that don't know how things work. You know, these sort of things that we kind of take for granted because we're already experienced those issues, and now we've already tackled those hurdles. But for new people, they don't know. So this is what this AMA is for. It's good for those new people to get your questions answered, and that's a live AMA. So we just basically jump on a webinar, and whoever turns up can ask questions, and then when we've got no more questions, we leave. So that's it. It's pretty straightforward, isn't it? But the whole point of the AMA is to help. It's like a online coaching session, like one-on-one kind of thing, if you want to say it. So yeah, it's like a one-on-one coaching kind of thing. If you want to ask me anything, that's what AMA stands for. Ask me anything. And this is something that we do every Wednesday night for new people in ICO Gold Rush. So it's really it's just like it's not just a course. We call it a course, but it's not really actually a course. It's all the videos and content are part of that, but it's really a community suite, if you want to put it that way, because you've got all the content that you absorb, and then you got the live webinars, and then you also got the live AMA, which I'll be doing in probably half an hour. And then you got the Slack group, which is again another way to get information to you fast, and be able to ask questions and that, and get them answered fairly fast. You know, so then you get into the right ICOs. So you got that soundboard. You've got many experienced people which you can just post a question, and you can get those questions answered, if not by me, by other people. So what that does is it allows you to make the right decisions, make a better assessment, and if there's any issues, and then you just you can use people to ask them and see what their thoughts are. Right? Because it is very daunting for new people that don't know what to get into. You know, so this is the whole point of it. This is the whole point of having that. So you make the right decisions. When you make the right decisions, they can be very profitable. You know, instead of trying to do it all by yourself. You can do it all by yourself, but you're going to learn limited. You're going to learn a limited time, a limited amount. Whereas if you got 100, 200, 300 people, we're getting close to 300 people now. You've got all that knowledge from other people that are already ahead of you, that can give you the right advice, so you make the best decisions and make more money. Pretty much simple as that. So very excited to get rolling. We had a fantastic, like, January has been a massive month. There's so many ICOs rolled out, so many that I missed, and I got into a few as well. So it's all part of it. It's all good, right? It's all good. So this is my suggestion: when you join ICO Gold Rush, you I can show you actually on my screen because I'm logged into my account. So when you log in, you're going to go to this tab. Like, by default, you'll go to this tab. All right. So you'll go to this will once you log into the course, just go up the top right and you see the login. Click on that. You'll go to this. All right. This is password protected. You can't access it. Only ICO Gold Rush members can access. I'm giving you like a inside peek. This is what it looks like in the back office. So when you see this green button, right, this is the button to watch all the videos. So I recommend that you do this first before you do anything else. Click on this, watch this video, right, and I explain a few things, and then click on this begin course and it'll show you all the videos, and then just go from video 1. There's a certain amount of videos in each category. Go through all the videos in each category, work your way down till you get to the end. Right, that's your first job. Then after you watch your videos, there's about 2.5 hours worth of content. Only after, not before, but only after, then you join the Slack group, right? And this is the Slack group here. Okay, this red tab here. So you click this after you watch all the videos. Now it's very important to watch all the videos, because otherwise, if there was no videos, then it'll just be like, hey, what do I do next? This is what I do. And I would be spending all my time telling people the same thing over and over again. So that's why we have a course structure. So then you watch all the videos and you go through them all. So do that first, so then you don't have to come to me and say, how do I send tokens out of my Ethereum wallet when there's actually already a video on that. Okay, so it just makes the, you just go through the course, go through it fully, go through it again, go through it a couple times if you have to, because there's a lot of information there. There's about 35 videos, and then you'll be up to speed. You'll know exactly what to do, right? You'll know exactly what to do. Then after that, click on this red icon, right? Underneath there's a link. If I hover over it, you can see, so there's a link, right? And click on that, and then you join the Slack group. All right. So once you're in the Slack group, you will have all the. Just have a look here. Let me just push this apart here. Okay. There you go. You got a full view of me now. Isn't that scary? Now, once you're in the Slack group, what you want to do is just getting on this Slack group. Okay, so we're just this is inside the Slack group. Again, this is private only. There's no you can't get into this. You need to be part of an ICO Gold Rush. All right. Okay, so now that you're in the Slack group, what you got to do is see all these tabs on the left-hand side. All right, so here they are here. Okay, all these tabs here are channels, right? When they're highlighted white, what that basically means is people have written stuff and there's new conversations. Or you can go up the top here and go unread mentions or all unreads. All right. So then when you log into Slack and you need to catch up on stuff that you haven't seen, you can just click on this. Now these tabs here on the left hand side are very important, because we've got all the stuff, that information that is at your fingertips. So then you can get this information quickly, right? And we try to post the most relevant piece of content in that channel, so then people can go to it and find information very quickly. So I mean, if we're talking about the next ICOs, see, so we can just go to upcoming ICOs, this one here, right? And if you click on that tab, it's going to tell you exactly what people are talking about, which ICOs to actually look at, right? Because you don't really have to go and search. You can go and search if you want to, but most of the time people will post the ones that they're interested here in upcoming ICOs. And you click on that, and then all of a sudden you can see a whole list of all conversations of people that they've said that they like this ICO, they're looking at it, they're, you know, whatever, okay? Whatever the case may be. But you got to know roughly which ones are the best ones, because people are posting in them, they'll re-mention them, people will start to talk about it, and the chatter in the Slack group, you'll gauge, as well as on the webinars, you'll gauge, you know, what people are going into, and all that sort of stuff. Now, underneath it, there's one that's called webinar replays. All right, so this is a really important, also a very important channel. Now, you can also catch webinar replays here. Just scroll down. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tabs across here on the up the top. You'll see webinars. All right. Now, if you click on that, what's that going to do is that's going to give you all the webinars that we've ever had in ICO Gold Rush. So then again, this is easy to get to, and you don't have to try to find this information. All right. So these are the webinars that we've had. We've had up to 19 webinars. Okay, we have these webinars every Monday night. We even had one on Christmas Day. 19 webinars. The average webinar goes for an hour and 15 minutes. We've got 19 up there. So if you've got a spare, I don't know, 25 hours, watch every single one of these videos. All right. And then just there's another page here. Go to page 2. All right. Watch every single one of these videos. Now, obviously, you're not going to do that, because even though each one of these webinars has got gold nuggets, I would watch just like maybe the last 2 or 3 webinars. They've been really good sessions, and they tell you exactly what to do, how to get started, what we're talking about, pitfalls, risks, everything, right? Everything. Right? So then what you should do is then once you do the course and join the Slack group, then come and watch these webinars. All right? Watch like the first 3. If you're doing nothing, day off, or you whatever you're doing, watch these webinars, because they are full of just gold nuggets. Okay, it's going to help you, get you up to speed, so you know what people are talking about. People talk about what they're into, how they're going in their portfolio, how they're buying ICOs, the issues that they're sorting out, challenges they're having. This is all inside information, mate. You're not going to know any of this stuff. The only way you're going to know that is from other people, and on the webinars we discuss exactly what we're doing. All right, so this represents a lot of value, all right, and every Monday we have these webinars, so you can jump on these webinars. You don't have to, it's totally up to you, but the support is there. Now, this is just the webinars. All right, we've got the pools. Now, I can't click on this pool because you're going to see our pools, and I don't want you to see our pools. But we're adding more and more pools, and we're going to get to a point that we're only doing pools. Now, that's going to take some time. What does that mean? It means that the only time that we invest, I mean, you can still invest on your own outside. You don't have to include the pools, but the pools are the ones that, I'm only going to invest in, because the pools have got the biggest discount. Okay, we're coming in as whales with 100 plus ether, 100, 200 ether, 300 ether, depending on the ICO. So then you can then invest in these pools. The instructions are there. Every time we do a new pool, the instructions will be there to what to do. Once you do your first one, it'll be just self-explanatory and cookie cutter. Okay. So then all you ever do is just invest in these pools. You're going to get, like I said, you know, you're going to get the price of buying it in bulk, as opposed to everyone else just going to the ICOs and trying to fight to buy the ICOs at, you know, at the full price, or at the full price of the ICO, the main sale. Or you can do what we do, and we buy at the wholesale price, and we get a deeper discount. We get bigger bonuses, okay? And you don't have to rush. So these pools are going to be available for you. So then, you know, they'll be open for probably in about 7 days. So you can go anytime you want and just invest in the pools. And then it'll be all instructions there on when it comes up, when it closes, blah, blah, blah. So then what we do is we get all the funds, and then we send it off to the ICO, people running the ICO, all right? And they're going to give us our bonuses and all that sort of stuff, depending on the terms, conditions, and on what they, how they're going to do it, all right? Whether we get the tokens immediately, whether we get tokens after the ICO, whether we get our tokens now and we get our bonuses when the ICO finishes, or we get the bonuses after in 2 weeks' time or 3 weeks' time, or we have to wait to get everything in 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks, whatever. Every ICO is different, and this will all be sorted by us, and we'll tell you exactly what's going on, okay? So you can just come in and just invest in these pools and just don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about staying up at 2 or 3 in the morning. You just come and invest in these pools. Just make sure that, you know, you get in before we cut it off. And we'll obviously tell everyone when we're cutting these pools off. So you've got plenty of ample time, you know, even though some people will probably still miss it. But we're basically making it so easy for you. You know, it's gonna be really, really. This is really where it's gonna be at, right? Pools is where it's gonna be at, and the little guys that are trying to buy these ICOs by themselves, either one, you're gonna be paying more, or you're gonna miss out because they're filling up fast. These ICOs go fast. Sometimes they go for a minute. Sometimes it goes for 30 seconds. Sometimes they go for 18 seconds. There's many that are going for less than 10 seconds. All right, so it's all happening. It's just knowing what's happening out there, getting with the right people that know what's happening, so you don't miss out, and making the most of what you've got. Okay, so if you're only starting off with, you know, 1 ether, or half an ether, or a quarter of an ether, you want to make sure that you put that money to the best use. So you want to. So by investing in some of these pools, just depends on the actual pool. If it's a smart contract, if we run a smart contract pool, the Ethereum will be like, you know, 0.1. But if it's a pool that we have to do manually, it will most likely be 1 ether for the minimum. All right. So it'll only be denominations of 1, 2, 3, 4. But it just makes things a lot easier because there's going to be a lot of people going into them. But again, smart contracts, doesn't matter because it's all automated. So anyway, so you get access to the pools, right? That's just another benefit. And then this other last benefit, or I guess would be the last benefit I'm talking about, there's a lot of benefits, is the affiliate program. Now with the affiliate program, you're going to get 50%. So the course costs $1,099. After you become a member, you can't get the commission with your own link. You need to become a member first, pay your $1,099. Then when you share your link and someone joins you, you get $549.50. So that is a fair chunk of change. $500. There's affiliates now making sales. Many affiliates are making sales. So it's just all cream. It's all extra money for you guys, right? Even if you're only making 1 extra sale a week, you know, there's an extra $2,200 in your pocket. $2,200 a pocket in every month. Just 1 sale a week. If it's 2 sales a week, you're making $4,400. If it's 4 sales a week, you're making $8,800. And that's about the ability of my maths. There's affiliates that have that are doing really well. All right, there's affiliates that are doing really well. So this is all just extra cream on top, right? So you can take this money and use it to invest. Now, there is an affiliate who actually joined and they had very little money or next to no money. They joined to get the course, and they got their first sale, and they used that to invest, and they went into multiple ICOs and got really good returns. We had this person on the last webinar. They're in webinar 19, and now they're just starting to really get their feet wet. Right, they're going into more ICOs. Now it is possible to start off with very little money and still make it work. One person had $35 and they turned that into $9,000. This is incredible. One person had $350 and they turned that into $11,000 in a couple of months. Now, I'm saying, will that happen to you? Well, it can happen to you, but most probably it won't happen for a while, or it may not happen at all. Right? It just depends on you, right? It depends on if you follow the course and implement. That's what it depends on. So there's some ICOs going to be good. There's some ICOs you could hit a home run, right? It just all depends. But if you don't get your feet in the, if you don't get step on the court, get in the game, how are you ever going to be able to score, right? You won't be able to score, okay? So I just thought I'd give you a quick back office tour of ICO Gold Rush. There is a lot of information, okay? Don't get overwhelmed. Stick with the plan and bounce off the Slack group, because the Slack group will help you move you forward. Now, this AMA is going to start in about 15 minutes, so I got to get off this. So what this AMA is like I said before, people just jump onto it. They can ask questions. I'll be hanging around as long as I want until we all start looking at each other in the face, and then we know it's time to go, right? But this is, again, it's like a one-on-one coaching, right? So the value is in the program, trust me, all right? The value is in the course. So if you're still having second thoughts, oh, okay, hang on, I didn't mention this one. All right, it's got this first tab says Welcome ICO Gold Rush. The second one says Access to the course, which is the one that you land on default when you log into your account. Now there's another one here which I didn't mention. I got carried away because I was talking about the webinar pools, the pools, and the affiliates. This one here says ICO portfolio. Now this is my ICO portfolio. Okay, I've made. I'm still sitting on ICOs, so I haven't cashed out on ICOs, but my profits are already over $250,000 and more. So you'll get to see what I'm investing in. Okay, now I'm not saying that you should copy everything I do. I'm not saying follow me blindly, right? But I'm saying that whatever I've invested in, I'm making a lot of money from, and I show you what I'm investing in. Okay, so what I would want you to do is, if you see what I'm investing in, go and have a look at my portfolio, ask me questions, and then to take it to the next step, to the final step, is you need to do your due diligence, and then you need to make a decision for yourself. I'm not telling you to invest in anything. I'm just simply telling you what I'm investing in. What you invest in, that's your decision, okay? That's your decision. But, I mean, it's not a guarantee at all, but I've done my research thoroughly on what I'm investing in, and I think I can make some profit from it, okay? So if you piggyback off that, fine, but don't invest blindly. Just know the reasons why you're investing in it, right? And then once you're comfortable with all those decisions, then invest in it, all right? So you could piggyback off what I'm investing, use that as you can piggyback off it, but still do your due diligence, all right? So that's really this ICO portfolio. People have asked me, do I see what you're investing in? Do I see I said, yes, you do. When you buy the course, you get to see my whole portfolio, and I talk about what I've invested in and why, Every time I do an ICO and I flip it, I tell you the profit, and then I tell you the reason. I talk about the reasons why. I'm not sure if I tell you on the actual course, on the actual results section, but I do tell you in the results. All right, so we've got a section there for results as well. All right, people that have made money, there's actually a channel for people that post the results. It's amazing. It's amazing. The results are amazing. So it's up to you. Are you going to make that money? Well, if you do nothing, you'll make nothing. All right, that's a guarantee. That it's probably the only guarantee I can give you. If you join and do nothing, guess what? You make nothing, and you get no money back guarantee. All right, there's nothing. There's nothing. But if you put in the work, you follow the course and you do your due diligence, and you just keep on rinsing and repeating, and get plugged into the Slack group, come on the webinars, jump on these AMAs, which I'll be having in 10 minutes, which I'll have to leave. If you just consistently do that and stay focused, you're going to make some money, right? And you're going to figure this whole thing out. It's not going to take long, and in fact, it's not hard, right? Why people fail at this stuff is because they don't have any patience and they don't stay focused. No matter what it is, whether it's ICOs, whether it's past programs in the past or whatever, they don't have patience. Well, they don't put in the work, they don't stay focused, and they don't have patience. That's a recipe for success there. Keep it nice and simple, right? They don't do the work, they don't stay focused, and they're not patient. There, these three secrets of success. There you go. Simple, isn't it? It is simple. It is very simple. It's only because people complicate it. All right, so that's what's in the course. If you understood the value, then you would join straight away. Obviously, it's like the old it's like the old thing I say, right? If I said to you, if you meet me for a coffee and I'll give you $1 million. I say to people, I used this analogy one time, and one of the guys in our course, he actually turned up, and I said, I wasn't having a go at you. I was just saying, using the analogy. See, so the reason why, part of the reason why people are not having success is they don't make it a priority in their life. They don't make a priority in their life, right? Other things are more important. They talk about stuff, but they don't make it a priority. And when I say, I put it another way. I said, well, if I had $1 million for everyone that turned up to this webinar, how many people would turn up? Everyone would turn up, right? Because I'd be giving them $1 million each. Everyone would turn up, and that's the difference. That's the difference. You gotta have a $1 million mindset, right? That the information that you're gonna get is gonna be worth $1 million to you, but it's gonna be worth $1 million down the track. See, people want guarantees, and they want guarantees. So that's what you gotta have. You gotta have a mindset like this. There's no guarantees. The guarantee is only you that you're gonna put the work in. That's the only guarantee you have in your life, is you're gonna put the work in. If you say to yourself, yeah, I'll put the work in, I'll turn up, I'll do whatever it takes. All right, when I say I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be here, and I want to turn up. If you do that enough, you stick to your word and you do it, then you're gonna be a millionaire one day. But people don't do it, and they want guarantees that, oh, I'm only turning up if the money's there. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way, right? So make it a priority in your life. If you're sick and tired of being broke, the problem is you're not making priorities. You're not sticking to your word. All right? So you need to turn up and become that person that's going to have that $1 million even before you've got that $1 million. Okay? Because that's what successful people do. They turn up even when they haven't got that $1 million. But you know what? They can envision it. They can see it. They can see it in their mind that they're going to have that $1 million. That's why they turn up, because they look in their mind and they can see themselves with $1 million. And that's the difference between the winners and the losers. right? The losers will only turn up if they have the $1 million. The winners will turn up because they can see that $1 million in their mind, that they will soon have that $1 million one day, right? But they turn up knowing that they haven't got it, but they turn up with the mindset that they will. That's the difference between winners and losers. All right. So when you turn up every day, no matter what, you become a winner. At some point, you'll turn up and that $1 million will be there one day. No, there's no recording for the AMA, George. It's an AMA. So again, exactly what I just said, George. I understand you got commitments, but I've got commitments too. All right. So I'm not singling you out, George. I'm just saying. I just said what I just said, right? And then I come and see your comment. That's what I'm saying, right? There is no recording. If you don't turn up, you don't get the $1 million. Now you turn up, you're not going to get the $1 million. But in your mind, you're going to have the $1 million in your mind. There is no recording for $1 million. Like, I'm not trying to single out here, George. I'm trying to get my point across to you that it is very important that you stay committed to the process. All right, I'm not hating on you, George. I know you pay good money to be in this course, and there's probably times that you can't make it because of whatever, right? But just once that you want some questions answered, if you want your questions answered, turn up, But that's my whole point. That's my whole point, right? If you want your question answered, turn up. If you don't have questions, then don't turn up. But there is no recording, all right? This is AMA. Ask questions. We record the webinar. You get the recording for that. But we're not going to record the AMA because that's exactly what the whole point of the AMA is, to help you. Now, if you can't just turn up because of for whatever reason, then you can't turn up for whatever reason, right? But don't come back to me and say, hey, I wanted these questions answered. There's no recording. No, you never turned up. I'm not just saying that about you, George. I'm just saying that about everyone, right? Everyone, if you want the questions answered, turn up. It's that simple, all right? That's why I'm putting in the time for you guys to be there for you. I'm sacrificing my time because we just added this new thing to the slot, right? This wasn't happening 2 weeks ago. I've now added this extra hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it takes for you guys to get on to help you guys, right? So that's why I'm doing it, right, George? So at some point, if you want your questions answered, you got to turn up, mate. Hey, Tafan. Nah, we're not ugly. Yeah, and just lastly, I got a couple of minutes. Just lastly, whatever you're doing, right? Whatever you're doing right now is whatever you're doing right now. Okay, and if you already had the things that you wanted in your life, then you better do whatever you want. But if you don't have the things that you don't want to do, it's because whatever you're doing or what you've done in the past is not working out. You're not doing the things that you have to do to get what you want. Plain and simple. All right? If you've got no money in the bank, you're not doing the things that you should do to make you successful. Whether you've got the information in front of you to be successful and you're not doing it, or you simply don't have the information. All right? But whatever you're doing right now is not serving you. Okay? That's why you're at this point where you could be still broke. Or you keep on having the same, it's like the same record getting played. You keep on moving forward, it's the same thing. And at the end of the day, it all comes back to you. You're the commander of the ship. The reason why you're not getting these results in your life, because something is not right in your head. I'm not saying that from a psychological point. You're a good person, but you're just not doing the successful things that you should be doing, right? And it comes down to your habits, right? Your habits will define you, my friends, okay? Your habits will define you. And if you want to be successful, you have to be disciplined, right? And I struggled this for a long time. You have to be disciplined. And it's just like going to the gym. You got to turn up every time ready to work out. Whether your bones are aching or whether you just, you just don't want to do. You just don't want to do it. You're tired. You just got other things on your mind. You got stresses at work or whatever. But when you turn up, you got to be prepared to work. Okay, and that's what separates the winners and the losers. You got to be disciplined, right? You got to turn up. You got to be prepared to work. Because once you start seeing things in your life, then your life starts to change. It's not a matter of turning up anymore. It's a matter of how hard can we go? How hard can we go? Right? And that's what I'm seeing with these people in the group. They're hungry. They're hungry. They want to succeed. Right? It's not a matter of I'm going to turn up. It's a matter of I'll be the first one there. You better turn up, ain't you, Gavin? Because I'll be there. Let's do this. Right? So that's what it's about. Once you get hungry, once you see some success, you'll be very hungry. And then you get the role, and then you know things start to happen in your life, and you get all the things that you want in your life, right? So it comes down to discipline, right? You got to turn up every day, regardless of whatever. Put all that personal shit aside. Get ready to go to work, because if you do that, I promise you, you're gonna have all the things you ever wanted. Otherwise, you'd already have all the things you wanted in your life right now. So with that said, thanks for watching.